had enough time this afternoon to put the last strip of lights in, and I'm excited to do this reveal with you. So let's go into the shop and let's take a look. Hello family, friends, and YouTube. This is Joe, and I'm at my workshop. This is the before picture, okay? So this is what my lighting in my shop looks like currently. I've always just had kind of a hodgepodge, as I hear people say a lot, a hodgepodge of lights. So these are a couple linkable LEDs. And so that is what I'm working with. You can see up above me, that is a Barrina strip type light, LED, and they link together. And so I've gotten one half of my shop done, but I figured it'd be probably prudent of myself to get this before picture, then I could do an after picture. So this is what the lighting is like in the shop now. So you can see I got a box here. I've gotten one strip up. I'm gonna hold on and give you a good reveal here, okay? I tried last night recording and doing some nice timeline. It was a fail. I had to leave and go work on this and that so many times that it wasn't happening. But I've got one more set, 4-foot lights. There are 8 of them, and actually they're not 4 foot, they're 46 1/4. And so you need to take that into account when you are measuring and doing your layout for your shop. So let's unbox this and take a look at what's here. This is unboxing it. I'm trying to hold it one-handed and open the box, but you can see that these are all 32-ish feet of lights. There are 8 lights there. Pull those up and over, and there they are. Packaged pretty well. And then you'll see I've got some fittings down there. I've got some connecting lines and then some power cables here. So one of the first things that I did on the last set was I just took a power cable and just kind of plugged each one in to make sure that they're all working. And then what I did next was, after I did the math side to side, after I did the math side to side, this way and that way, I laid a screw down there, chalk lined it. I figured my lights were going to cover up my chalk line, and then I can start laying brackets in and connecting them piece by piece by piece. So I got some work to do. You saw the before, and I'll let you in on the later, right? Okay. I had enough time this afternoon to put the last strip of lights in, and I'm excited to do this reveal with you. So let's go into the shop and let's take a look. It's a little off because it is light outside, but here we go. We got them on switch. Takes a minute. So there you go. Lights are installed. So let's talk this through. Now you can see all the mess. Got a little bit of trim to do still coming across. So these are, it's an 8-pack. Supposed to be 4 foot, like I said, it's about 46 1/4. They're Barrina lights. I will leave the link. I still got to tie up these pieces a little bit. But I now have that outlet heads over to a switch next to the door. Why did I go with these lights? These are 2200 lumens each, and they're at a temperature level of 5,000. From my little bit of research, that is one of the best light colors for general woodworking and general shop. You can get up to, I think, 6,500, which is pretty good if you're working on cars. seeing finishes and whatnot. But this was a good light, a good color spectrum, keeps you alert if you got to work out here late at night. I like the idea of LEDs. They use, I think each one of these is pulling about 20 watts. And so I liked the idea of it being really close to the ceiling. And right now the camera's not quite picking it all up. But it's close to the ceiling, which means my white ceiling is now going to reflect a lot of lights. I wasn't sure on how to exactly do the placement. Maybe I should have gone a little wider. What I didn't want is shadows. I've been underneath these lights long enough, and with the troffer style, it would really shine the light right where I wanted it, but it aimed it. Where these lights, boy, they just flood the room right now. And like I said, it's daylight. I've got a few windows, but you can see that I can see all my imperfections. That's what I can see. I can see the imperfections of the ceiling, which I couldn't see before. But I could see my hand. I could work at my workbench. I can go over to the miter saw, and you can see right now I'm on the miter saw, and you don't see any shadows. And so that's good. I've got some plans to do some special projects out here coming up, and so good lighting was essential. So we are at that stage where I'm feeling really good. Everything is insulated. Everything, lighting is in. I don't have a heat source, but it's been down to 30 degrees the last few days, near 30 one morning, and this room has been holding pretty steady at about 50 degrees. So I think that with a little space heater, I'll probably just use a little electric or propane space heater out here this winter. Barrina lights, they're super lightweight, and I think each strip came in its own 8-pack, and each one was, I think one was $60 and one, both of them were $60, but you were able to cut one of those 10% coupons on one of them. So I was underneath $120 for these lights, and I'd like to thank you guys for it, because my little bit of YouTube revenue was able to go towards these, and that was pretty neat. I've got just a little bit, most of the conduit I had left over, and I had to buy a little bit of wire, but there's not more than 20 feet of wire there. So so thank you. I'm pretty excited. I've never worked in a shop, except for my school, I've never worked in a shop that's this well lit. And so I'm sure that I might have some dark spots. You can see down here we got a little bit of darkness. I'm sure that if I painted all these walls white, it would reflect even more. So I'm going to stop rambling now, and appreciate you guys joining me. And I'm really trying hard to focus on infrastructure, getting some of my facilities set up so that working on things isn't such a chore. When you can't see it's a road chore. And so getting some of these bigger things out of the way, so now I can start looking towards equipment, looking towards some eventual projects. But I need to have a room. Still got a little more electricity to run. I'd like to run a 220 line out here. That may still happen this winter. I still have no electricity down these two walls here, so I would still like to get that done. But there I go, rambling again. You talk too much. Yeah, that's when I have people to listen that want to listen. I'll talk your ear off. So take care. Thanks for joining me. Bye.